What one again, family? Welcome back to another Unstoppable recap. Now, in this recap right here, the story that was shared on Unstoppable Live is from an American woman who shared in her story that she was a frequent visitor of the island, right? And on one of her trips back to Jamaica, she met a man who she fell in love with and wanted to make life with this person. So they eventually got married. And she would constantly visit back and forth, staying with him and his family. And she's also said that she's a hustler. So even while in Jamaica on vacation, she would try to hustle and make some extra money down there, because she not just believe in her sitting down and not making money, right? But she also wanted to see where her husband's head was as well. So she mentioned that one day she placed 10,000 US dollars on the bed in front of him and said, "Hey, babes, what you gonna do with this? Let me see you flip it." And she said instead of him flipping the 10,000 US dollars, the man blew the 10 grand in space at 3 months and then start asking her for more money. At the time, 10,000 US was about $1 million or more, right? Now, she stated that after, things kind of started going downhill with him, even a mother turned against her. And in her story, she even spoke of someone telling her that the mother buried her picture in a graveyard. Family, this one right here is a little bit sad and a little bit intense, but take a listen to this one that was shared on Unstoppable Live and talk to me in the comment section.
So I started going to Jamaica in 2010. And in my travels, I met a young man. He was from a community in Kingston. And we did kick off. We were friends. And I grew passionate about him. I can't lie about that. And I cared about him. I came back up to the States to finish working, and we said we would continue to date one another. We did that for a year. In 2011, we did get married. So we got married. As you know, I live in the States, so I spent my time going back and forth. Sometimes I would stay 4 months, sometimes I would stay for three, sometimes 4 months, come back over, go to work. But then I just started seeing a lot of things that didn't add up to me. And so I said, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to sit down for a time. This went back and forth like till 2014, maybe early 2015. But during the process, I ended up obtaining dual citizenship for myself. It first started on an extended stay. So I was able to stay there as long as I wanted to. Then I got the dual to citizenship, coming back and forth, going back and forth. I sat down for a while. Not to say, staying 3 months, 2 months doesn't really tell you everything that you need to know. And I would just like, the whispers. I would get the whispers. I would hear people saying certain stuff to me and how he was acting. Now I would come up and I would go to work and I would send him money to make sure he was all right because the dollar, the difference. I mean, everybody knows that. And when your heart goes out to somebody, you don't want to look at the situation like you have more, especially if you're dealing with each other. You want the playing field to be equal for the both of you. So I set the stage. I set the stage for him. Nice idea. I continued to come back and forth, but then, like I said, I'm going to sit down for a while, and I said I'm going to stay over for a while. So I ended up staying for 9 months, and a lot of things just started to come around. It wasn't right. Um, ah, what I want to say is, like I sent
All right,
money.
caller. All right, I can hear you a little bit nervous. I can hear it in your voice. So, firstly, just calm down a bit, catch your breath. I can hear it. I can hear it. There is
Yeah.
no need to be nervous. This is a safe space. All right, you can be comfortable, you can be relaxed. Okay, just take a deep
Okay.
breath and then just continue. Take a deep breath for me. Go right ahead. All
Okay.
right,
So,
and just
so
relax
all
and be
right.
comfortable. Okay, no need to be
Okay.
nervous. Go right ahead.
Okay. So, like I was saying, I said I'm gonna sit down for the 9 months, and the 9 months started to show me all the truths and all the lies. Me and him did catch up in a lot of fussing and fighting. We did, and I mean, really fighting. And I ain't gonna say he hit me, and I never hit him back because sometimes he made me hit him first. You know, we were warring with each other like that. Um, but we still try to make it work. Still try to stay together. And I know I know he didn't have a whole lot, but once you started, I was dressing him, making him look better, making him look presentable, and then all the women wanted to be attracted to, all the women wanted to talk to him now. So I'm just sitting back and I'm just taking it all in, and I'm like, what's this? What's going on? And his head got too big for itself, and he was just an average guy. He was a selector over there. So he was in the party a lot. He introduced me to dance hall, so we were both in the party a lot. And a lot of friends he didn't really want me to have. Well, I made a lot of friends on my own, and he always had something to say about the company that I kept, which were people that I met through him. No, you shouldn't hang out with her. No, you shouldn't do this. But I had one friend that me and her, we still friends. We're still good friends to this day. And I still go back and forth and I see her. I remember one time I came over, and this was we were kind of fresh then. When we were still in a good space, I went over and I put $10,000 on the bed, and I said, "What are you going to do to make this money turn?" And I sat down and I watched them, and I had my own money, so we did our own thing, and we wanted to see what he was going to do. Just to only come to find out that he wasn't responsible with money. He wanted to be in a party every night. He wanted to, I guess, look out for his friends and just try to go on like he's a top man, but he was never a top man. So as the money changed him, it really did. We did fuss all the time. And I said it was time for me to go. I sat down this time for the 9 months. I said it's time for me to go ahead and make my way back home and get myself together. And I did have some money left back in my savings. And being that I wouldn't take up any more money and give it to him, um, that made us war even more. So when it was time for me to go home, I had to go to my friend and I had to say, well, first of all, that day, I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back up tomorrow. This was September the 2nd, 2014. I said, I'm going to go ahead and go back up tomorrow. And he was like, what are you going up for? And I said, because my daughter's birthday is coming in. I always make it home for her birthday. So he said, okay. Um, Me and my girlfriend, we got dressed today and we went to Halfway Tree. We sat down in the KFC and we just talked and we chopped it up. And I said, I'm getting ready to make this move home. And I told her I would fall back later that, things between him and I just need to cool down for a bit because it was getting real ugly. She was like, yeah, you need to go ahead and go home. You can just go ahead and go home. So we went back to the community that evening and he was getting ready to go on the road to go play some party. And I said, he said, you coming on the road? And I said, no, I'm not going to go on the road. I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pack a few things because I'm going to go away in the morning. He said, where you going? I said, I'm going home to see my daughter for her birthday. He didn't want me to go. So he took my purse at that time. I was sitting on the bed. He took my purse and he turned it upside down. He was like, I need some money. I need some money. And I was like, well, I don't have no money. I just purchased a plane ticket and I'm getting ready to go home. He said, all this time, I thought you said you didn't have any money. I said, I did have money, but you spent your money and my money is for me when I go back to do what it is I have to do. Um, I knew it was going to get sticky that night. So what I had to do, I had on some shorts and I had on a t-shirt because, through the time it's hot. I ended up stuffing my passport in my shorts, my money in my shorts, my phones in my shorts. And I just walked out the house and I went over by my girlfriend's shop because she run a little shop in the community. And I went to the window and I was like, could you hold this for me? So I passed her my passport, my money, my phones. I said, hold this for me. I said, I'll come back and I'm going to get in a little while because he over here acting ignorant now. As I turned around, he was standing behind me. And he was like, come back, go back to the house, get in the house, get in the house. And there was a whole lot of people standing out on the lane. And I was like, I hope you don't try to fight me in front of all these people. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm going. Just let me get myself together. I'm going. So I passed the lady my stuff, which he didn't see. And He followed me back to the house. So we get in the yard, go in the yard. He was like, go in the room, go in the room. And I was like, I'm going, I'm going. He said, why you want to go away? You want to go away and leave now? I was like, yeah, it's time for me to go away. We not getting along. Now we kicking up, we fussing and fighting in front of your parents and all that stuff. And it wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look at all. So it's better that I just go ahead and not take myself away. And he was like, you're going to stay here. You're going to stay here. His mother, she was in the next room. She could hear all the fussing and arguing and everything that was going on in the house. And before I knew it, I was sitting there and I said, he said, you don't have any money? And I was like, no, I don't have any money just for, when I'm getting ready to make my journey back home. That's the only money that I did have. Before I knew it, this young man, he picks me up. I'm a thick lady. He picks me up off the bed by my neck. And I'm in the room fighting with this man. And his mother never even came to say, what's going on? Y'all need to stop this foolishness, you know. So I had to fight this man off of me. And I was like, you don't have to worry, I'm going to be gone when you come back. So I'm still in the house. He left out. He came back to see what I was doing. And I was just sitting there upset and crying, everything, of course. I packed like two suitcases. I can just throw my stuff in the suitcase and that's all. I am not even going to leave from Kingston. I'm going to make the ride to Montego Bay because I don't want him, because it was that ugly. I said, I don't want him to feel like he can come after me. So I'm trying to line up a ride to go to Montego Bay. I just said I'll rent me a room in Montego Bay for the night. But I got all my stuff together. His mother, now she never came to see what was going on. She just she heard it all, but she said nothing. So I got my two little bags packed and I'm getting ready to head out the house for the leave. He done locked the grill. And you know how the grills go, y'all. They got the little padlocks. And don't nobody have no key. When they come in the house for the night, they just put the padlock on the grill so can't nobody come in and out. He put the padlock on the grill so I couldn't get out the house. So I'm like, what's this? And then I left my phone over by my friend's shop. So I calling for somebody, just yelling out the door. Somebody come here, somebody come here. His mother in the next room. She never came. She never came. And when I said, so I had to beat on her door. And I was like, can you open this door? You see what your son did? Your son, he locked me in the house. He locked me in the house. So she got up and she finally unlocked the padlock on the grill. So I took my bags and I went over to my friend's little shop and I explained to her everything that was going on. And I just had to take myself away. I just you can care about somebody, you can be passionate about somebody, but if they don't have no care for themselves, they're not going to care what they do to you. They're not going to care how they treat you. And it just, it ends up ugly. And his mother ended up faulting me for a lot of stuff that him and I went through. And I just know my intention was always good. I feel like from day one, trying to be his friend, trying to talk to him, show him how he can elevate himself and come out of the environment, but he didn't want anything for himself. So who am I to want it for you?
Was it on your first trip to Jamaica that you met this man or not?
No. I have always went to Jamaica throughout the years. My stepfather is from Clarendon, and the community in which I was going to visit a lot. My mother, she had friends in that same community. So it was my first that year was my first time meeting him. But I have known other people out there for a long time.
So when you met him, how is it that you met him? Because I know you said that he is a popular selector, but how is it that you met him when you went to Jamaica? How exactly you meet him?
I met him in a party. He was playing the sound at night, and I'm like, "Oh, it's you. He sound nice. He sound nice." He chat. He chat on the mic nice. He wasn't a vulgar selector. You know how some selectors can be rude out their mouth. Yeah, he was a nice selector. He had a shyness to him, and people would be like, "Yo, that's when he humble you." And he appeared to be that way, and even people still refer to him the same way. A nice humble you, but that's like the norm. like out on the road, and then to be behind closed doors. When I tell you it's like night and day, it was like night and day. But then, I ain't gonna say I didn't never love him, because there was a point I did love him, and I cared about where he was going. I cared about how he wanted to make his career move, but he didn't. He just wanted to stand there. He just thought like entertaining those parties in the street was just like where it's at. And he's a very, very talented guy.
All right.
And engineering and all that.
All
He
right.
could have
So
went
I
so
know.
far with it.
All right. You also mentioned that there was at one point where you put $10,000 US on the bed in front of him, his mother, and his father. And what happened? You said when you did that.
What did I say? This is $10,000. What are you going to do to turn this money? When are you going to do this? Turn this money? When I just looked up, he wanted to go to party every night. He wanted to, which he is in the party every night because he does play. You know what I'm saying? He bought us. He didn't have to buy no clothes because I bought everything over for him. And when I say everything, everything, he just turned him into a whole new fresh guy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there. What are you doing with your money? What are you doing? What are you doing with the money? What you do with the money? If you ask him that today, he can't tell you what he did with it.
So
But I know what he did.
this time when you was there, because you said you spent 9 months in Jamaica, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was it just to be able to spend some time with your husband, or what? What was the trip basically for?
The trip basically for me, yes, it was spending time, but to see was he really ready to make this move, because I hadn't filed for him as of yet. And I was going to go through the filing process, but even still, that gave him this money, and he was out getting his little bookings for his little party. He didn't come to me and say, okay, let's put this down for the paperwork. Let's put this down for the paperwork. He was going to leave all that for me to handle. And when I said, no, business don't work like that. And when I say my stepfather, he's from Clarendon, and there was 9 of them. And I explained the dynamics and the difference of it. I was It was 9 of them, and when his mother and father came over, they brought the oldest child, and everybody worked for to bring the next child until all 9 of them was in the States. We do this as a team. We do this collectively. We don't lead this for no one person for to handle this business. And you take your money and you do what it is you want to do with it. And it's business that has to be handled at the end of the day. So I just had to walk away and left that.
How long was it before he blew through this 10,000 US dollars?
3 months.
In
3
only
months.
3 months, he blew
In
through
3 months.
10,000 US. So, whoa.
In 3 months. And when I said that, and I'm at this time, I know the dollar, I know the value of the Jamaican dollar, but I know at the end of the day that 10,000 US was a million Jamaican dollars. Am I lying?
Well, yeah, at the time, I
10,
think
10
I think so.
Yeah, 10,000 US was 1 million Jamaican dollars. When he said, boy, I never seen so much money before. And I said, what are you going to do to make this money turn? You a man. You got to find a way for you and me. If me and you married, if you can't do this, then what's the sense? But he wanted to. I mean, he's going so hard with it in the street that women trying to talk to him now. So now I don't put him in a different spotlight. You see what I'm saying? And he's carrying it like he's one top man. He was trying to carry it like that, and he was trying to carry me like he was a top man. But he thought after that $10,000 was gone, he thought that I would be able to run back to the bank and take some more money out. And I was like, no, 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 sweetie. I can't take more money out of the bank, because if this don't work here, I have to go back home and I have to get myself together. So that's when the fighting and the warring started to come in. And let's say I'm knowing how the process goes, because true, I'm from America. But I said, you can't just go over here for 9 months and just sit down and not do nothing. I had enough sense to say, well, look, me go ahead and pack some barrels and buy some perfumes and makeup and earrings and, the jewelry and all the little dresses and sandals and stuff, so I can turn me a dollar while I'm still over here.
So
That's when I talking to my girlfriend. She was like, yeah, man. She said, let's do that. Let's do it. So she showed me downtown, and she showed me how to do my little thing. So I was there hustling my little thing, and I was still making my money. Not worried about the $10,000 I gave him because I felt like he was going to do right by go buy a taxi or something, put it on the road. Did he do it? No,
So you're
he
saying
didn't
that
do it.
the 9 months that you were in Jamaica, you were trying to flip some money and turn things while he was just blowing through the money.
Yeah, that's exactly how it went.
You were
That's
trying to
exactly how.
generate some money when you are the visitor in Jamaica. You were
But
the
but with me,
visitor.
but listen to what I'm saying. I'm a girl to get up and go to work every day.
Uh-huh.
Work two jobs in the States, and I had my own janitorial business. So I had enough money to sit down to take this time away. My only child is grown. So my house is paid for. When it's paid to maintain the bills while I'm away. But yeah, just to give me something to do. And me and my good girlfriend, we would go downtown and we would go stand like on the main and we would hustle our little things, just to give me something to do. Because to sit in the house all day wasn't me. So I said, let me get some stuff that the ladies would like. And then I had a little clientele coming on. They'll say, go by the little MAC makeup, the Mary Kay makeup, the perfumes, and all that stuff. And I was still turning my not so much for me, not so much for me, my roadie, my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Now I
This
know.
was gonna help her too.
Now I'm quite sure the $10,000 where you put on in front of him and say, what you gonna do with this? I'm quite sure that wasn't just because you never have no sense. I'm quite sure behind that you had a ulterior motive to see if it was a money agenda or whether or not he was going to actually flip this money. So you had a motive as to putting the $10,000 down, right? What was the motive?
The motive was to see how responsible this man was. I'm no to see what you have a whole wife. He asked me to marry him. You know what I'm saying? So I said, yeah, with the contention that you're going to do this thing the right way. You're going to come back to America. We're going to file this paperwork. We in the passport office handling my business. We are not in the passport office or going to the immigration office because you got money for the put down for to say, okay, let's do what I have to do for me, for him. But I made sure I did what I had to do for me, being we can't go to Jamaica and stay no more than 3 months. We have to leave after the 3 months. So I'm preparing myself for what if I do stay or what if I don't stay. So like I said, it went from extended stay to a dual citizenship because this is going on from 2011. Now we in 2014. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm still planning for myself. It's still rules and regulations that you got to follow everywhere you go.
So now
I had to follow.
So now I'm at the point where, so may I have to ask this question? So he was in the picture as your husband. Mommy was in the picture and accept you as daughter-in-law, right?
Yes, she did.
And daddy was in the picture and accept you as daughter-in-law, right?
Absolutely.
So during this time when you was there as daughter-in-law and the money flow in nice and everything was good, everything was all right at that time, right?
Everything was lovely.
So
everything was lovely.
When the money run out, then what happened? Or when they thought the money run out, then what happened?
Everybody's face changed.
Explain that for us. Explain for us. Go on.
Everybody's face changed. When I said that $10,000 was done, I still made my money. I'm not gonna be fooled to give no man my money, but this is my husband. This is my partner. This is ours together. And I wouldn't have gave him that if it never reached that point. Let me be clear on that. I would have never did that if I wasn't married to him or if that wasn't my partner. When I said after I seen him in 3 months' time, I don't spend 10,000 US in America in 3 months.
Right.
And I'm gainfully employed, 2 full-time jobs and a business. I don't spend that much over here. But for him to watch him do it over there, it was mind-blowing. When they said, can you go get some more money? Go get some more money from where? I got money. I'm still turning my little stuff. I don't need to go to the bank. Well, I don't have any money, sweets. I'm just saying sweets. I don't want to say my name.
Right, yeah. But
I don't have any money.
But hold on. So who was telling you to go get some more money? Who had the balls to ask if you go get some more money now?
My husband.
But are him supposed to fend for you while you're in Jamaica? You are his
See,
wife.
but
You're a guest. He should be making sure that everything okay with you.
absolutely, it didn't go so. So then I started to see the ugly face from his mother. His father never switched up on me. His father never switched up on me. His father would say, "Man, my son, he have a good wife. He has a good wife." And I was like, he would say, "I don't want y'all in here fighting. I don't want the people in y'all business and yada yada yada." And sometimes things would be very loud and escalated. But you got a boy child. When it comes to his mama, this was one lady that stood with her child, even when her son, even when he was wrong. So it's turned from now, you know, I'm saying anything out my mouth. How I feel is how it came out. And some things wasn't so pretty, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm still gonna defend me. You're not gonna tear me down to the point I can't rebuild myself or get back up.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna happen nowhere I go. So she stood with her son, and that was okay
Mm-hmm.
from her standing with her son. I just like, you know, she support foolishness. That's all right. Me and her, we had our words. She didn't like me, and it came out that she didn't like me. So from when we coming from a place where, like I said the other day, we will all eat out the same pot. We ate together. Then I couldn't eat from her no more because I know people was like in the community. They used to say, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. When the people that live close in the community, their story histories go long. Whispers will come in. Like, boy, you're a nice lady. When it wasn't men only, it was women. A nice lady. You don't know what you're getting yourself into, moms. You don't know what you're getting themselves into. Them people wicked. Them people wicked. And I'm like, what you say? So yeah, just watch yourself. Just watch yourself. So when I say the mother now, she was like, she go to church on the days she go to church, but they say the mother was an Obia woman. And that came out to me later. So I was like, well, that's why, I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling here, being around these people, and I can't eat. I couldn't eat from her no more. Like I said, we ate out the same pot. And I wasn't a believer in the things that they said because when I first met them, I thought they were genuine people, and God knows in heaven I was genuine and real to them. So I couldn't believe the stories that were now coming back to me, and I could see, like, looking back, some people were evasive. They didn't really like want to be uh into nothing with me. Not it being me, it's being the people that I'm associating myself with, this family. You understand what I'm saying? So like the stories, the history of the family, to say, what the mother was. And me coming from where I come from, that wasn't something that I believed in. And so when they said the lady was an Obia woman and she go to her little revival church and she do all she do, I was like, just like everything just turned. Now I can't eat from the lady no more. When I was coming back in the yard one day, I was walking past one Sunday. I was walking past and I heard her say, should not eat from me again. Should not eat from me again. It's like she was trying to push the food on me. See your food there. She prepared every Sunday. She cooked every Tuesday. On the days she cooked, I was like, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. Still being respectful, even though I know we're not getting along and we can't agree. That's still his mother. So I didn't want to disrespect her, but I just like everything just turned from her. I couldn't eat from these people no more.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ran into a lady. Uh, I said I went on the road one day. And the lady said, "I seen your picture." When I said I seen your picture, you see me? Where you know me from? She said, "You're the lady from foreign. You're the lady from foreign." And then she named the community that I was associated with, and I could walk all about, drive all about, and nobody never troubled me, never. Yeah, she said, I seen your picture. The lady buried your pictures with the dead. And I said, his mother did that to me?
Hold on.
Why would she do that to me?
Hold on. You said the lady told you that your husband's mother buried your picture with the dead?
With, yes, she did. Yes, she did. Now I'm always together when I tell my story, but that part right there, That part right there always breaks me up. And I know it to be the truth. I know it to be the truth because I felt like, as I was saying, I want to fight these people and I want to get out. Being locked in the house. Locked in the house. You only do that to a prisoner. You want me to stand there and my time now has went from being happy to so miserable some days you can't even pick yourself up, but I'm still pushing on because I'm in a foreign country. And I still got to push on and I got to make my own way, which that was a blessing because, like I said, I took on one friendship and me and her, we still 100 to this day. And I still forward back. And I always go make sure that one lady is okay. When I just left there last month and I gotta turn around and I gotta go back this month because a family member of hers has passed away and their family is dear to me. I still forward back. But to know that you come from so far and you put genuine love and care on turn for people and this is what they do to you. When the lady said, I know you. This is what she said. She said, I know you. I said, you don't know me. You know me from where? She said, you're the lady from foreign. She said, I seen your picture. When I said, you see my picture where? She said, the lady, she buried your pictures with the dead. Maybe she went to one funeral and she took my pictures and she put it in. I don't know. I don't know. She couldn't tell me that. But the lady said, yeah. The lady, she's running to her barnyard church. She'll go run to a barnyard church and she'll work something evil upon you. That's what the lady from Jamaica told me. That's what she told me. And I'm like, how could these people do this to me? And when I was in Jamaica last month, I still go back to the same community. When I was sitting outside my girlfriend's shop and this mother did walk past. It was a day last month in Jamaica where the time just turned cold, cold, cold. And you look, it was just one day. And I was sitting on front of the shop. And if anybody that live in Jamaica, they know what I'm talking about. And they know I'm not lying. This lady walked past me. And she couldn't even look at me, but she held her head straight. And I was sitting on the steps of the store, the little storefront. And as soon as the lady walked past me, the time turned cold. And all the time I was spent in Jamaica, I never knew it to get so cold in Kingston. I knew it got cold in Mandeville because I experienced that. And I'm talking so cold that you had to go draw for a jacket. The hell, my arms stood up when the lady walked past. So I just jumped up and I said, anything you done, I'm going to ask the Most High to return it to the sender. And the lady just like she fell down where the air was just knocked out of her. And she just got herself together and she just kept walking past me. Yeah. And I don't believe that, like, even still so much years later, and me and him, we don't deal with one another. You can still want to put evil on the turn. Like I said, it didn't end well, but I never wish no bad on him. I wish him to still find his way and do his best. He just couldn't do it through me, you know. And when I go over there, I know places that he go. I'm familiar with the area. I go east, he go west. When he go one way, I go the other way. So it's like even when I go over there, we don't see. I probably seen him a couple of times, but there's nothing he can do to entertain me in no party. So I wouldn't stand up in no party where I know he was playing.
Alright, so if you want to take a listen to the rest of the story that was shared, the link to the full story will be in the description as well as it will be pinned in the comments. All you have to do is click the link, it will take you on over to Unstoppable Live to the exact video where you can take a listen to the rest of the program in its entirety. But when you go over there, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section so that I can know that you came over from the recap channel. Alright, and while there, please hit the subscribe button and turn on all notifications so whenever we do go live, you can be there to make sure that you participate in the live show. Call in, give your opinions, as well as participate in the comment section. Alright, while you're here, make sure to hit the subscribe button on this channel as well so that once we drop another recap, you do not miss it. Alright, until the next Unstoppable recap, stay strong, stay motivated, but most of all, remain unstoppable.
Unstoppable.